Hello, everyone. Today, I have a story to share. A story that kept me awake for nights on end. Not just 1 or 2 nights, mind you, but weeks. Maybe even a month. It's about the old school I used to attend. A school that seemed perfectly normal during the day. Kids running around, teachers giving lessons, laughter echoing through the halls. But when the sun went down, strange things started to happen. And the story I'm about to tell you, it's one experience I'll never forget. The Midnight Piano. My name is Prae. Back then, I was a high school student at this particular school. It was an old place, with some buildings over 100 years old. Rumor had it, it used to be a military hospital during World War II. A lot of people died there. Some even said there were bodies buried beneath the classrooms. Of course, the school never confirmed any of this. We just heard whispers, passed down from seniors to juniors. They said that at night, you might hear footsteps echoing in the hallways, thud, thud, or soft sobbing, sob, sob. Some even claimed to have seen a shadow standing by a window, but when they looked closer, there was nothing there. I used to laugh it off, thinking it was just made-up nonsense. Until I experienced it myself. It all started with the music room. This room was on the 2nd floor of an old building we called the Red Building, because its walls were once painted a deep red, though now the paint was peeling, exposing the bricks underneath. The music room was a place no one wanted to go near. Inside, there was an ancient piano, big, pitch black, with yellowed, grimy keys, some even broken. They said this piano once belonged to a female student, a senior named Sister Sweet. She died at the school long ago. No one knew exactly how. Some said she took her own life. Others said she was murdered. There were even stories that she was locked in that room, and no one came to help. But one thing everyone agreed on. On the night of the full moon, you could hear the piano playing from that room, ding, dong, ding, even though the door was locked tight, and no one could get in. At first, I didn't believe it. I thought it was just a story seniors made up to scare us freshmen. My friend, Mew, was the type who loved testing things. She was into anything thrilling or daring. One evening, after school, she convinced me and another friend, Tan, to hang out in the hallway outside the music room. Mew said, "Prae, let's listen. If we hear the piano, we'll know it's real." I laughed. "Are you crazy? There's no way." Tan agreed with me. "Yeah, let's not mess with it." But deep down, I was curious too. I wanted to know if the rumors were true. We stayed there until it got dark, around 8 p.m. A cool breeze blew through the hallway, the sound of leaves rustling, crunch, crackle. I started feeling chilly, not sure if it was the breeze or something else. Then, suddenly, I heard something, ding. It was faint, like someone pressed a single piano key. I turned to Mew. Did you hear that? Mew looked at me and nodded. Tan started trembling. It's coming from the music room, isn't it? I tried to stay calm, telling myself, it's probably just the wind hitting something. But then, the sound came again, ding, dong, ding. This time, it was clear. It was a strange, slow melody, eerie, like someone was actually playing. Mew, being fearless, stood up and said, "Let's go check it out." I grabbed her arm. No way. It's late. Tan was already crying. I'm scared. Let's go back. But Mew was stubborn. We're just gonna look. It'll be fine. In the end, Tan gave in, and I had to go too. I didn't want them going without me. The three of us walked to the music room door. It was old, wooden, and locked with a heavy chain and a big padlock. Mew grabbed the chain and shook it lightly. It's locked tight. But right then, the piano played again, ding, dong, ding. It was coming from inside, clear as day. I stepped back. What the heck is going on? Mew turned to me. Prae, that's not the wind. We stood there, frozen, as the piano kept playing. The melody started speeding up, ding dong, like someone was really at the keys. Tan was sobbing harder now. Let's go back, I'm terrified. I wanted to leave too. But before we could move, the piano stopped. Dead silence. I let out a breath. Thank goodness. But then, a scream tore through the room. Screech, it was so loud and clear. I froze, my legs like stone. Mew dropped to the floor. Tan bolted, running away. I tried to pull myself together. Calm down, Prae. But my heart was pounding so hard it felt like it would burst. We chased after Tan, sprinting down the old building stairs. Our footsteps echoed, thud, 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 but as we ran, I felt something else. Another set of footsteps, thud, thud, slower than ours, but unmistakable. I glanced back. Nothing. Or was there something following us? After that night, we didn't dare tell anyone. We were afraid people would think we made it up. But strange things started happening to the three of us. It started with Tan. She told us that the next night, she dreamed of a girl in an old school uniform, long hair covering her face, playing the piano in a dark room. Then, the girl turned to her, her eyes pure white, no pupils. Tan woke up screaming, loud enough to wake her whole house. Her mom took her to the doctor, who said she was sleep deprived. But Tan insisted. It wasn't just a dream. As for Mew, she said that every time she passed the old building, she felt like someone was following her. Footsteps echoing, thud, thud, but when she turned around, there was nothing. One day, she stopped walking to listen, and the footsteps stopped too. Mew freaked out and sprinted back to her dorm. After that, she refused to walk alone. And me? I had it worse. One night at 2 a.m., I woke up to a sound, ding, dong, the piano. It was coming from outside my window. I was in a dorm on the 3rd floor. How could that be? I was terrified but gathered my courage. I slowly pulled back the curtain, and there she was, a figure in a school uniform, standing below, looking up at me. Her face was pale, her long hair covering it. I slammed the curtain shut, my heart racing. That night, I couldn't sleep. It felt like someone was watching me all night. After that, I decided I had to find answers. What was this school hiding? I convinced Mew to go to the old library. This time, we had a new friend, Joe, a senior in his final year. Joe was quiet but knew a lot about the school. He once told me, the red building has a lot of weird stuff. I've seen something while on duty. I asked, what was it? He paused, then said, a shadow, but no person. The 4 of us, me, Mew, Tan, and Joe, went to the old library together. It was on the ground floor of the red building, filled with the smell of dust. The bookshelves were so tall you couldn't see the ceiling. We searched for hours until we found an old notebook. It belonged to a former student, written in shaky handwriting. Sister Sweet died in the music room. She was locked inside, and no one helped. I got chills. Someone had added, she loved the piano, and she's not going anywhere. It started to click. The sounds we heard. Was it Sister Sweet? But what shocked me even more, on the last page of the notebook, in trembling handwriting, it said, don't tell anyone, or she'll follow you. I slammed the book shut, and felt a cold breath on the back of my neck. I turned around. Nothing. Mew looked at me. Pear, did you hear something? I nodded. Because right then, the piano started again, ding, dong, coming from the corner of the library. Joe shot up. Get out now. We threw the book down and ran. But it didn't end there. Tan started getting sick. She said she heard the piano every night, ding, dong, ringing in her head. Even covering her ears didn't help. She went to the doctor, who said it was tinnitus. But Tan swore, it's her. She's following me. In the end, Tan took a long leave, and transferred schools. Mew didn't escape either. One night at 3 a.m., she called me. Pear, help me. I asked, what's wrong? She said, I saw her. She's standing at my door. I rushed to her dorm. When I got there, Mew was shaking in the corner. The door was slightly ajar, but no one was there. Mew said, she just left. She looked at me, and smiled. I took Mew to stay at my dorm. But that night, I dreamed of her too. She was playing the piano, then turned to me. Her lips moved, as if saying, "Why did you interfere?" As for Joe, he disappeared. After that day in the library, no one saw him again. His classmates said Joe dropped out. But I didn't believe it. His bag was still at school. His shoes were still in his locker. Where could he have gone? Or, did Sister Sweet take him? I couldn't take it anymore. I had to end this. I decided to go back to the music room alone. On the night of the full moon, I brought a flashlight and my phone. I climbed the red building at midnight. Everything was silent. The wind howled, whoosh. I stood in front of the music room door. The chain was still locked. I took a deep breath and shouted, "Sister Sweet, if you're here, come talk to me." Silence. Nothing happened. I thought, maybe it's over. But as I turned to leave, the piano started, ding, dong, ding, loud and clear. I spun around. The chain on the door, it fell to the ground. The door creaked open, creak. I was terrified, but I walked inside. It was pitch black. My flashlight beam hit the piano, and there she was. A girl sitting there, long hair covering her face. Her hands pressed the keys, ding, dong, I said, my voice shaking, "Sister Sweet, I'm sorry. We didn't mean to." She stopped playing and turned to me. Her face was pale, her eyes pure white. She smiled and said, "Too late." I screamed and ran. I didn't look back. After that, I left the school. But some nights, I still hear the piano, ding, dong, faintly, like someone's playing far away. I don't know what Sister Sweet wants. Does she need our help? Or does she just want us to know she's still there? But one thing's for sure. Every time I hear that sound, I feel like she's watching me from somewhere. To everyone listening, have you ever heard something strange in the middle of the night? Or, is there something standing behind you right now, and you don't even know it? Sweet dreams.